You're watching Inside Automotive with Jim Fitzpatrick.
Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick with CBT News. Dealers are running into issues with their Google business profiles. On today's show, we are joined by Brooke Furniss, founder of BZ Consultants Group and also host of Facts Not Feelings podcast, to talk about what's really going on and what she recommends. So this is a show that you're going to probably want to take some notes on, because Brooke has got her hand on the pulse of what's happening out there in the marketplace. So Brooke, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Oh, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to be with you and your crew. Thank you.
Good. So talk to us. What is going on with Google business profiles today?
Man, it's a hot mess right now, Jim. I'm not going to lie. Depending on when this actually drops, we're in June right now. So middle of June, there was massive issues where about 2,500, 3,000 listings just more or less got deleted. Massive issues. Before then, I personally, with our company, go through every single Monday and look at Google, like a quick audit, a 10,000 foot view. And we're just finding time and time again, either your listing is being unverified, we've had listings be just completely deleted, we're having listings be suspended. Just a re-verification, you go in and what are called, for those that don't know what Google Business Profile is, when you Google something, a little map comes up and you see on the right-hand side, that's your Google Business listing. It's your #1 free advertising tool. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have that set up or it's not optimized, it's really hurting your local SEO. It's hurting how Google sees you. So inside of there's a lot of things you can do to optimize it. And what we're seeing is a lot of changes that are being done are either reverting, or you make more than 2 changes and it's completely unverifying the listing. And why does that matter to a business? If you don't have it verified, you can't answer reviews. Any of your changes aren't public anymore. So you're really just shooting yourself in the foot. And it's not even your fault a lot of times. It's just Google is a little bit crazy right now.
Yeah, wow, that's incredible. So when you said the 2,500 to 3,000, was that in just automotive, or is that in all businesses? Yeah. In automotive?
That was strictly automotive. There was an automotive Google glitch, we'll call it, where there was just some issues that it's now been resolved. And if you happen to be one of the 25 to 3,000 people that had your listing severely impacted, they're slowly coming back. I think it was about a week ago. I think it was about a week ago that they started saying they'll come back. It's just going to take time. So it has been a lot of long hours and long days trying to work with my business partners to get listings to come back and resurrect them, more or less, or all the changes that have happened. So it's been a rough little go here, especially for automotive dealerships.
Wow. That's what's the first step you recommend dealers take in this area?
So first and foremost, if you don't have someone that is monitoring us on a regular basis, please get someone that does, and someone that you can trust. Not someone. A lot of times, as dealers, we're paying for an SEO package, and it's supposed to include Google Business Optimization. I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't. They say they do, but they may have done it once in the very beginning, and then they never touched it again.
Yeah.
So take a look at that. Go through. If you're going to make a change, I cannot stress this enough. If you make more than 2 changes, your listing will probably unverify, and that is just the way that Google is right now. If you partner with other companies that use a company like a DBA or something along those lines, they have ways in the back end to push those changes hopefully without it being unverified. So bottom line, please look at this at minimum on a weekly basis, because if it does delete or there's some issue, you've got to re-add it. So when all those categories or whatever go missing, you can't just add them all back at once if you're manually doing it. You have to slowly do it so you don't unverify. So please, everyone, just do this on a regular, consistent basis to monitor what is going on.
Yeah, and this is something that the dealer GM, the marketing director of the dealer group should be staying on top of, right, all the time. I mean, to your point, if you think you've got a vendor doing it, you got to check behind that vendor, right? Which is something that you know a little something about.
A little bit, yeah. And and also understand what they're doing, because you can have. In past episodes, we've talked about UTM tags, and for those that aren't aware of that, it's like a return address label that you're telling Google this traffic needs to go to the Google Organic, Google Business Profile portion of Google Analytics. So now I know where that's supposed to go. Even if that's there, if you have a lot of people the more people that have access to your Google Business Profile, the more likely it's going to go crazy. And it's not because they're doing it maliciously. I'm going to be very clear. It's because of APIs that integrate with that can just go rogue. So it can strip the UTM. I've seen it go from English to Spanish. I've seen all sorts of completely different listings, like not even automotive, get merged into this.
Yeah.
So you really have to look at it and say, hey, what are they doing? What are they supposed to be doing? Is it being done? Are you actually monitoring it?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And as I said earlier, this is something that you know a little something about, working with dealers in this area. So in addition to what's happening with Google Business Profiles, what are the other things that you're keeping an eye on right now with regard to marketing for dealers?
Man, right now, this is the biggest one just because it's such a hot topic, and it's happening and I've got a client, we're on the 4th time of trying to re-verify it, and it's been verified with the videos. So this is such a big issue right now. This is kind of taken front and center stage. Okay. At the end of the day, like I know we've done other episodes in the past of like Google Analytics. I mean, it's still such a big issue, which I'm just a broken record at this point that I have yet to see a GA4 property that was set up correctly, completely. Like it doesn't happen. I wish it would. So, taking a look at that, I'm always trying to experiment to make the user experience better for the dealer, because it's better for the dealer, it's better for the consumer. So taking a look at, hey, if we're using a tool called Looker Studio, what all can we bring in that? I mean, you can bring your CRM information, your Google Analytics, your Google Ads. We're working right now with bringing on Amazon advertising metrics into Looker Studio and trying to figure out, once again, so a dealer doesn't have to continually log into 16 different dashboards to get what they want to see. Because if you're in the dealership, your whole goal is to move metal and how's my service lane? More ROs and more dollars per row.
That's right.
Like,
and what was the name of that service? It's called, or that tool?
It's Looker Studio. So it used to be called Data Studio, and now it's Looker Studio.
Looker Studio. Okay, we'll show the information on the screen here. And,
fantastic.
And you're saying that that's really what you want dealers to be using moving forward?
Yeah. Well, the issue becomes when you're with, I don't really care what company it is. I'm product agnostic, so I don't care who a company is. If someone is telling you you have to use their proprietary dashboard, run as fast as you can. That is not your data.
Right.
It is their data, and it's going to be skewed. I'm not saying they do it, once again, not saying they're doing it maliciously. It's just not your data. So if you can bring all your data into and house it under one dashboard, that it's actually your GA4 property, not the website providers, not the ad agencies. It's your Facebook data, whatever it's going to be. It comes into one spot, and it just makes life a heck of a lot easier. Right.
And when you find out that when your Google Business Profile is screwed up and it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, how long a period of time does that take? Because sometimes working with Google could take weeks, if not months, if not years in some cases.
Yeah. And you hit the nail on the head on that one. It is. I've seen everything from 6 months to get something re-verified. I've seen.
Wow.
I literally just had a client that's pretty close to me, and we took 2 videos, one for the service listing and one for the sales listing. Service immediately was approved by Google. The other one, we're on the 3rd video now. And it's just Google, and they're not any different. We do the same protocol for everything. It's just Google being Google. Yeah. So it really depends on how Google is feeling at that exact moment, how that AI is feeling at that exact moment, on how long it's going to take.
Wow. They'll take the dealer's money, won't they, for advertising and AdWords and banners and everything else. But boy, when you need them to move quickly on your behalf, not so much, right?
100%, yes. Couldn't agree more on that.
Yeah. There's no question about it. So, what are your clients telling you about business out there right now?
It's been a weird couple of months where we went.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I think it was April that it was. Most of my clients did all their business in one weekend.
Yeah.
It was just insane. And then you saw this massive drop off, and then you're seeing the uptick again. So, from a standpoint of, there's definitely OEM. Depending on your OEM, could be struggling, to say the least. Other OEMs are doing a little bit better. Yeah. So it really, this month in particular has been a pretty good month for most of my dealers. But like I said, last month was very, very helter-skelter, to say the least.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting from dealers as well. Some of it is geographical as well, but it's kind of all over the map. I've had some Toyota stores that I talked to earlier today that said, we sell every single Toyota to get our hands on. Business is phenomenal. And then, not so much is the case with other brands, as you mentioned. So it's kind of all over the place right now. But I know dealers are concerned about interest rates. They're concerned about tariffs. They're concerned about other forces out there that they've got to contend with. So it should be an interesting summer, to say the least, right?
Yes, that's putting it lightly, yes.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, Brooke Furniss, founder of BZ Consultants Group, thank you so much for stopping by CBT News and sharing this information about Google Business Profiles. Very, very important. Dealers, hopefully you heard what Brooke was talking about. Check this out. By the way, if you want to get with Brooke, nobody does it better than Brooke on these types of issues and others relating to marketing and holding your marketing vendors accountable. So check her out online. So Brooke, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching Inside Automotive with Jim Fitzpatrick.